This is your vantage point if you have a Golf R as your family car. And I have a question. Why petrol combustion cars aircon can full blast after it starts, and I noticed EVs couldn't? I was under the impression that EVs would have had an easier time in pumping out huge amount of air. But amongst all the EVs I've driven, they always start like weak before you drive around, and then they pick up speed, and then they're able to work their aircon harder. Anyone knows it? What's the reason? Anyway, I know you saw a Golf R video, you're expecting exciting drives, but let's be frank, in this time and age, a four-door family hatchback with or without the R badge at this kind of horsepower is very manageable because everybody are exposed to 400, 500, 600 horsepower EVs, and it's actually very manageable. Let me give them a honk. Yep. Thank you. New guards in my condo. Okay. Do you do that every day? Even if you bought a Golf R, you wouldn't. So you would just use it like a family car, right? Of course, coming out of junction, probably you are. I can't. I would have if I'm in an EV, but I couldn't. Oh, now it's worse. Another car blocking my view. Now I'll have to negotiate this like a 1.2 TSI. Okay, he's moving. I should be able to move. Even though what is going on? Bro, the car's literally crossing the road into the other side. Anyway, I'll continue when traffic clears up, alright? Because ahead is just everyday traffic, and everyday traffic videos in a Golf R wouldn't be as exciting to watch. But first impression, it is more pliant than the GTI. I still think the ETSI is more comfy, but they're close. But this is an R. Bobby, how can you look for comfort? But R or not, with the selling price, with the proposition, with the power and all that, it is actually fighting for sales with M340i's, right? So you have to do the everyday well. And of course it's a four-wheel drive, so the steering wouldn't be able to turn as much. And other than that, I'm seeing some beautiful carbon fiber, very nice finishing, even though, like I always say, carbon fiber in the car, real or fake, serves the same purpose. It's only for aesthetics. Okay? It's fast. I really do not know what Volkswagen did, but the 8.5 generation is so much nicer than the 8 somehow. It's really nice, and honestly speaking, even though you hear the word going around that German cars no longer selling as well and everyone's buying Chinese cars, did you notice there are quite a number of GTIs on the road, the Golfs? There seems to be like a resurgence because the asking prices are reasonable, right? Remember back then, a Golf GTI is more expensive than a Toyota Camry. Fast forward now, a Golf GTI is cheaper than a Toyota Camry or a Mazda 6, right? And the MX-5 for some reason is being sold at 290 over 1,000 now. The Golf GTI suddenly seems like a bargain. But of course, this is the R, right? And the R is different. And well, you know, people who drive Golf GTI, like the one in front, what do they fear most? They fear when an R comes along. But then that's modified. Look at that, that's highly modified. And he has really sticky tires, so I don't want to be behind him. He's throwing little pebbles just now, and this is not my car. I don't want to crack the windscreen. Yeah, people who got pelted by pebbles or rocks are actually people who tailgate others. So, and there's no point rushing because I need to tamban nilai. 撞了就扔，把钱。 Oh, I forgot, I'm in comfort mode. This is comfort mode. So what is R mode? Race. R is race. Will race be even faster? Let me see. Okay, if you want to know how bumpy is the ride, it's bumpy but controlled. From the driver's perspective, from passenger perspective, it will be borderline testing their patience, okay? And honestly speaking, I felt modern Golfs are so good, right? I don't even know when do I need to play with the pedals because the transmissions are just so rapid, so smart. Maybe if I bring it up to Genting, but I doubt they need my interjection, so I don't think I need to. Yeah, it's so smart. So that's race mode for daily, no, but some people like it, you know. Some people will swap out the race seats and then they want even stiffer dampers and all that. And I wish. No wishes. Whatever Golf R, Golf GTI, Golf R, SR, GTD, RS, when there's a Myvi in front of you, yeah, it's the law of the universe. When you want to drive slow, a Peroda will tailgate you. When you want to drive a little bit faster, a Peroda will slow you down. That's always the case. Alright. But yeah, generally, it's a comfortable enough car, and you definitely can serve your duties daily. Of course, in this time and age, your family won't be too terribly spoilt by the space in the car, but that's not the fault of the car on its own. It's just our perception has changed so much in terms of cars' interior room availability. Such a delight to be holding a lovely steering wheel again, you know, after driving so many EVs, so many Chinese cars, having something that makes you feel connected with the road, with the engine, with the steering, via the steering, and the sensation of what you feel from the steering, you felt it from your butt, from the seats. And it's so nice. Oh, lovely. And the brake pedals, the way it's modulated. When you press the brakes, you hear the car downshifts. Oh, listen to that. I'm sorry. Excuse-moi, but I can't because he's here. I guess that's why the reason Peroda partner with Toyota. Yeah, this guy is doing Peroda's work for Peroda. hope. Yep, I lost my opportunity to do my favorite turn in Subang because of a lovely Toyota Altis stuck there. Oh well. So even if it's in its most extreme mode, it's dealing with these rumble strips pretty well. You can definitely feel them, but they don't rattle the car. The whole car feels super solid. Yesterday I was driving this Dongfeng 007. It looks fantastic. But if that car were to went through the rumble strips, you can feel the looseness of the chassis. You can actually feel it. That car has a decent steering, but the chassis just feels loose. This one is not. This is solid.
AC, DC, R. Yes, we live in a time and age where everybody's infatuated with EVs. We also live in a time and age where an EV, half the price of this, can out-accelerate this. On a straight line, of course. But we also live in a time and age where a lot of people understand EV and ICEs coexist, right? I have such a wide smile when I was driving this car over the weekend. I didn't bother to bring it up Genting because the proposition of a Golf R is everyday performance, fun. You know, if you have a little bit of petrol in your blood, this is nice. My wife loves it so much. All right, none of the EVs that I brought back, my wife had a blast driving them, coming home and tell me, oh, such a nice car to drive. And every time when she heard I brought back a Golf R, she's like, pass me the keys. Usually she's like, no, I don't want to drive your test cars, you know. She loved it. It's such a nice car to drive, right? And unlike those days where when you buy a VR6, you know, you're paying for the 3.2 litre road tax. Okay, it's been a couple of generations where they're using the 2 litre engine. All right, let's look at the design. This is the 8.5. I think 8.5 generation, all of us love it. I like how it drives. I like how it feels. Volkswagen did a lot of improvements from. The funny thing is, from 7 to 8 feels like a step back. But if it is from 7.5 to 8, it felt like a step back. But from 7.5 to from 8 to 8.5, it felt like a giant leap for some reason. All right, look at the designs, the lines flow and the bend back here. I like all these design details on German cars. The classic blue line that runs into the headlights. Okay, very tidy here. Very nice. The radiator is exposed here through these big gaps. So I would recommend anybody who bought this, go and customize a mesh grill, a mesh wire, chicken wire grill. Just tell the workshop, can you help me make a chicken wire grill? Right, the chicken wire will catch on larger stones, leaves and all that, so that it reduces the damage to your radiator. The small ones will get past, you know, the small ones will get through, but it's the big one that they may damage it, and then leakages and all that may happen. All right, lovely brake calipers. Rim design, all rim designs are beautiful these days, I notice. Okay, there's an R badge here. The funny thing is, the other day I drove the ETSI R line. It also has a lot of R badges all over the car. Okay, so for now I've driven the ETSI, the GTI and the R. What is that? Is this even original? Wow! No shit! Serious? Stock standard Akrapovic exhaust? Wow! I was like the other day, okay, I didn't saw the logos the other day, you know, I was behind and I was like, okay, good looking tailpipes, you know, very interesting. I didn't realize that They are Akrapovic. Now it's not smiling. Can I steal the pipe tips? return VW with the original one. Nothing much here, just the standard stuff. Alright, thick, usable, easy to reach in, push the seats down. You know, nothing much here. No need power tailgate, unnecessary weight. Okay, oops. There you go. Okay, practical rear seats. See that? This car is small, but this rear seat is more supportive to my thigh than that Chinese 007 car the other day. You can put your phones here, put your tablets here. These are not real leather, aren't they? They don't feel like leather. Nah, they're not leather. These are fake leathers. Okay. So synthetic or whatnot. Europe is all, they focus on this. You know, don't kill an animal just to you know, upholster your cars. If you ask me whether it's comfy or not, it's for me, long distance, of course, I will need every 1.5 hours, you know, step out of the car for a while, because it's a hatchback, it's a family hatchback, it's usable, it's reasonable. You can sit here, but you can't really slouch or move about, you know, just sit quietly. Yeah, just sit tight and be a good boy, right? It's not like it's cramped, no, but it's like you are this shape in this car, right? Yeah, but it's a hatchback, all right? What do you expect? Okay, aircon vents, touch sensitive, usual VW stuff. You can pull it out. I won't request Volkswagens to have, you know, like plush materials and all that, right? These are hard plastics, but it's a VW, but they carpet this, right? It's a VW. I expect VWs to be like that, right? So these type of material, if it were in an Audi or a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz, then it's unacceptable. But they are already doing it now. They want you to get used to it. Huge door bins, lovely, large bottles and all that, no problem. Pass through, don't need to, but it is a pass through. All right, and the rest inside here is exactly identical to the GTI or the ETSI, just that you have different color combination. And they really shouldn't put the R badge in the ETSI, even though it's an R line, because that's what makes an R special. First time I felt there is a footrest here, not that first time footrest for Golfs. What I mean is, wow, the whole thing is metal. The brake pedal, I'm amazed. It's not just a cover, the whole thing is cold to the touch. This whole thing is steel. This is plastic, but this is steel. How come? Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, I like this because now a lot of cars got cruise control, right? So my left leg got a footrest, my right leg also got a semi footrest, you know, when the car is on cruise control. Carbon fiber. It's a Golf R, of course it's real carbon fiber. And nope, gloss black here, no carbon fiber here, too much. The rest are just identical. Nothing much to go about. Okay, very good looking car, good color, fantastic drive. Fantastic drive. Okay, this square thing looks very EV, not emotional enough lah. This one. Oh, this one I just felt, yeah, I would prefer it to be more evocative, right? A bright red button or something. Anyway, okay, cheers.